Sri Lanka is holding its presidential election on September 21st in a crucial vote that will decide the future of the South Asian nation still struggling to recover from its economic collapse in 2022. The economic hardship that fueled the mass protests and forced the former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to flee the country and then later resign. The election is seen as a referendum on President Ranil Wickremesinghe's 2-year-long rule that has overseen a fragile recovery of the country's economy. He faces a tough challenge. Almost 17 million of Sri Lanka's 22 million people are eligible to vote, and 38 candidates are running for the office of the president. So let's take a look at who are the main candidates in this presidential election. Wickremesinghe, whose United National Party or the UNP has been weakened by a split, is running as an independent candidate, even though Wickremesinghe remains unpopular for carrying out austerity measures, which were needed though. These included sharp tax hikes, and this he did in exchange for an International Monetary Fund bailout that Sri Lanka really desperately needed. He is hoping to gain votes from his success in largely abating the shortage of essentials such as fuel, cooking gas, medicines, and even food. So Wickremesinghe had contested 2 presidential elections and lost both. However, he has been Prime Minister 6 times since entering Parliament in 1977. He is seeking a full 5-year term to press ahead with his austerity measures, which he says are necessary to shore up reserves of the cash-strapped nation and to start repaying its external loans. But Wickremesinghe is at a disadvantage because he belongs to the old guard, whom Sri Lankans blame for the economic collapse. The other significant candidate is Anura Kumara Dissanayake, the leader of a Marxist-led coalition named National People's Party or the NPP. Aruna Kumara is fast emerging as a key challenger to Wickremesinghe due to his popularity among the young people who are fed up with corruption that they believe caused the economic crisis. He's also drawing a lot of support from some voters who participated in the 2022 protests that were demanding the resignation of then President Rajapaksa. Although he has been a leftist in the past, Dissanayake now professes economic freedom and promises welfare measures to help the working class. Now, the political analysts say he is a strong contender because, unlike his rivals, he is not linked with the business and political elites who ran the country in the past. Wickremesinghe's other challenger is Sajith Premadasa, the incumbent president's former deputy and leader of his breakaway party, United People's Power or the UPP. Now, Premadasa promises to continue with the IMF program, but with changes to lessen the burden on the poor people. He has also promised a degree of power devolution to the minority Tamil community, who make up about 11% of the country's population. In return, Premadasa has secured the support of a strong Tamil political bloc. But wait, there is another player in this game. From the Rajapaksa family, Namal Rajapaksa, the heir apparent to the once powerful Rajapaksa clan, is also contesting. Namal's candidacy will test whether his powerful clan, which has produced 2 presidents, can retain its hold on the country after many of its members were pushed into the political wilderness. His father, Mahinda Rajapaksa, is actually credited with crushing the Tamil armed separatist movement in 2009. Namal is promising to ease the tax burden on Sri Lankans and build a strong economy, saying its meltdown in 2022 was largely due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The election process is also very different in Sri Lanka. So let's try and understand how does the election really work there. So votes will be cast throughout the day with results expected to be out by the evening the following day. The voters can select 3 candidates from the ballot paper in the order of their preference. The first preference is will be counted first, and the candidate who secures more than 50% of the valid votes will be declared winner or the president. If there is no clear winner, the first two candidates will be retained in the race, and the ballot papers that chose the other candidates for number one will be checked to see if either of the top two contenders are their second or third preference. Those votes will be added to the tally of the remaining two candidates. The candidate who gets the highest number will be declared the winner. Sri Lanka has a powerful executive presidential system, with the president being the head of state, government, cabinet, and the armed forces. The Prime Minister has some powers like recommending cabinet ministers. There are no reliable opinion polls to suggest which candidate is in the lead, but many observers say that the left-leaning Dissanayake has been gaining popularity. Now let's take a look at what are the big issues in Sri Lankan election. Well, Sri Lanka's economy is the key election issue, which is not surprising. Under Wickremesinghe, important economic figures have improved. For example, inflation dropped below 5% from 70% in 2022. Interest rates were lowered and foreign reserves grew. A 2% growth is predicted for 2024, the highest since the economic collapse. But financial benefits have not reached the common people, many of whom are affected by high cost of living. Businesses and professionals are complaining of high taxes, while Wickremesinghe says that the IMF agreement can't be significantly changed. His rivals say they will try to renegotiate it to ease the burden on the general public. A large section of the population is also unhappy because it believes Wickremesinghe's administration protected the Rajapaksa family, which has been accused of economic mismanagement and corruption. Many feel that the family should be held accountable. Now, the vote is the opportunity for the common Sri Lankan to chart the course of their country's future, and if they wish, punish those who they feel are guilty. Do tell us what you think about this video in the comment section, and for more news updates, subscribe to India Today.